All right, so I've been selling on Etsy successfully for approaching 2 years or so now, and I owe that to a few key lessons that I've picked up along the way. Now, I put thousands and thousands of hours into both learning anecdotally what works and what doesn't, as well as watching hundreds of tip videos from other YouTubers throughout those 2 years that I've been scaling my own shop. So if even one of these tips helps boost your Etsy sales or your profit, then the time spent that you're watching this short video is going to be 100% worth it. So lesson one is to keep it simple. One of my biggest mistakes early on was trying to create super fancy, highly designed and intricate products, and I thought that to stand out, I needed to blow people away with these eye-catching designs. But what I learned is that often simpler designs actually led to performing better, and people don't always want these flashy, crazy designs. They want designs that speak to them, convey a certain message, and then kind of show off their personality. Simpler designs not only perform better, but they also are quicker to create for you, which means that we can pump out more listings and increase our chances of making sales. Lesson two is very similar, and that's not to overcomplicate the mockups either, right? Mockups are just the images that you use to showcase your products on the listing. And when I first started, I wasted time and money on fancy mockups. So things like models wearing the shirts in scenic locations, or mugs that were staged in the perfect kitchen setting or on a specific table or with AI or whatever. But after split testing thousands of listings, I've found that simple white background mockups actually perform way better across my shop and across products, okay? And again, these are much easier and they're free for us to use if you use one of the print-on-demand companies that I'll recommend in a later tip. Now, look at Amazon, for instance, the Goliath, the giant of e-commerce. They require you to use plain white backgrounds for a reason. It's not about the aesthetics and the way that it looks on the website. It's because it works and it converts more people. So don't waste time or money on the over-the-top mockups, and don't listen to all the tip videos out there that are going to tell you that advanced mockups will move the needle. They won't, and you'll just waste your money. Instead, focus on creating designs that people already want and then improving them. That's the shortest path to sales for any beginner. Lesson number three is don't rely solely on organic traffic. Now, when you're starting out, it makes sense to rely on organic traffic to obviously keep your costs low. But once you have a few designs up and some experience, it's worth experimenting with ads at least a little bit to scale much faster. Now, I recently uploaded a video that I did on the most effective Etsy ad strategies, so you can check that out if you're interested. I will link it at the bottom of the description for you. But the caveat here is you don't need to spend a lot of money on ads. I'd recommend just $5 a day to start, and if you can't afford $5 a day, then that's totally fine. Just focus on creating more designs and driving more organic traffic instead for now. But learning how to jumpstart new listings with some ad dollars can really get the snowball rolling for those designs and your sales overall as a shop. Not to get too much into it again in this specific video because I've covered it in depth in those other videos that I talked about, but the biggest factor that goes into Etsy search rankings is sales, right? It's not title or description SEO. It's not price. It's what's actually selling right now on the platform. Those other things, they matter, of course, right? And they do factor into specific rankings on the actual page when people are searching. But Etsy's a business at the end of the day, and they want to suggest products that are proven to convert people, which is why some ad dollars in the beginning can shortcut your way to the top of search rankings for your products. Now, as we know, the pictures on the listing are the most important part of it, right? They're the customer's first impression of your product. If you have poor images, well, you can have a great product and still you'll struggle to sell it. But if you have great images, for example, then there's a high chance to sell it and a high conversion rate. And AIarty.com is the ultimate tool for anybody looking to elevate their photos and make them better. It's going to allow you to enhance and upscale your images to jaw-dropping 4K, 8K, and even 32K resolution. And that is huge when you're putting print images on products like we are for this print-on-demand business or just Etsy in general, because low-resolution images are going to come out looking poor and they're going to lead to unhappy customers wanting to return your product or giving you bad reviews. While high-resolution images can make for a finished product that looks incredible, lead to happy customers, great reviews, and obviously that's a snowball that will lead to future sales and more money in your pocket. But that's not all. Their AI-powered tools can also remove unwanted background images, which is another hack in the print-on-demand space. It can fix AI artifacts. It can sharpen details with AI, making it ideal for anybody doing e-commerce where your images are the biggest factor that sells your product. By optimizing your product photos, you'll see a boost in engagement, you'll see higher click-through rates, and overall, you'll see an increase in perceived value from the customer, which will again put more money in your pocket. Plus, AI Artist's upcoming image matting feature is a game changer too, because soon you'll be able to extract objects from any image to create a transparent background or change a specific image to your liking, right? To adjust it or make it better. That is perfect for printing pretty much anything on t-shirts, posters, any marketing material, you name it, all without the need to spend thousands of dollars for an expensive graphic designer like I used to. And the best part is it uses a massive data set of almost 7 million images to ensure that every detail, every color, and every texture looks incredible. And the result is going to be lifelike images with stunning clarity and stunning depth that will make all the difference to help your product stand out against the sea of mediocre 1080p or less competitors. So if you're looking to save time, boost product conversion rate, and get crazy professional looking quality pictures for your listings, head over to aiarty.com and see the difference for yourself. You can try it completely free if you'd like to through the link in the description below. And that takes me to lesson 4, which is to outsource when needed, okay? In the beginning, when I was creating all the designs myself, it took so much time and it was such a headache, right? But it was clear to me at some point that my competitors were miles ahead of me in terms of design quality and how many designs they could actually get out within that specific time frame, right? So instead of spending tons of time trying to perfect each design to compete with them, I decided to hire a graphic designer that was already good at it. And while outsourcing, of course, is a no-brainer if you want to scale, you don't actually need to hire anyone anymore. There are tons of AI tools out there that will blow your mind and make designing and listing creation so much easier and so much faster. And I did a recent video on how I scale my shop using only AI. So I will link that video at the bottom of the description if you want to check that out too. The next lesson is to be prepared for low margins at the start. Now, at the start, your margins might not be great, especially if you're just getting started without any reviews and it's a brand new design, right? That is okay, and that's to be expected. To get those initial sales and those initial reviews, consider underpricing your products, and you may not make much profit at the start of those listings, but you will build up sales history and rankings, which allow you to charge higher prices later on. Now, the only caveat to that is if you're running ads, this doesn't matter as much. It does still matter, but this is specifically for just ranking organically if you're not running ads. Now, as your listing gains traction and gets reviews, you can obviously raise your price higher. This way, newer sellers won't be able to compete with your established listings, and you'll still be able to make good money. The advantage comes obviously with more sales on the platform, which is eventually how you can charge more and still rank higher. Lesson 6 is to automate with a print-on-demand company. So connecting my Etsy shop with a print-on-demand company was a game changer. It is a no-brainer, and it is necessary in my opinion. There are a ton of good ones out there like Printful, Gelato, and Printify to name a few. And once you upload a design, they can handle pretty much everything else from the printing, the shipping, and even adding tracking numbers into your order automatically for you. You literally don't have to lift a finger after the initial setup of your design. Now, regardless of which one you choose, you should choose one. Otherwise, you'll spend all your time in your business printing products, fulfilling orders, inputting tracking numbers, and all the other tedious stuff that can be automated for a small portion of your profit with one of these companies, right? And these companies only take a small fee after they print and ship the products out for you. So it's not like it costs you anything up front or comes with any specific risk. It is all upside, and they handle everything for you so you can focus on what actually moves the sales needle in your business, which is more product research, better designs, and more designs overall. Finally, lesson 7 is to focus on higher priced products, all right? If you want to make decent profit, you should focus on higher ticket items. So for example, selling AI art is something that's trendy and, was trendy over the past year or so, but it's priced so low often that your profit margin is going to be tiny as well. On the other hand, if you sell something more expensive, like a sweatshirt, for example, that's $50 and your margin is $30, well, that means you're making an easy $15 profit every single sale. It's much easier to scale your profit when each sale brings in a decent amount and you have to do less work for more money. As always, though, this just works for me, so I really hope it helps.